Kia ora team, Dan Kepper here. Just wanted to give you guys a couple of updates on what we're going to be doing over the Christmas break with some of the assignments that you have for your Kiwi League Senior Club Coach. So hopefully you're able to see my screen here. I'll just run through just some of the content to start with. So first and foremost, you have to be sure that you register to Sports Tutor. I've got a tutorial video link that will show you how to sign up to there and register for the course. Bearing in mind that the course is $150 and we're not expecting any payment this side of the year, but we will be following that up later on next year. So just a bit of an update on what we covered in the webinar the other night. So the first part of the Kiwi League Senior Club Coach assignments is obviously we went through the Kiwi Way ethos. It was a little bit about yourself when we shared some insights into who we are, what we do, our family, why we coach and how long we've been coaching. And then I talked about just some of the support that we have amongst the group. We've got 16 coaches in the group and there's well over a couple of 100 years experience in there. So there will be one or two coaches in there that you will find that you'd like to lean on and leverage off. So by all means, you can just start writing their contact details in there. What you might also want to do too is just after you finish that part there is just make contact with those coaches and just check in to see how they're doing, because they may be in the same position as yourself. They're your go-to support coaches as well as your mentors, but you haven't been assigned those yet, which won't be happening until the end of January when we return. The first part of the Kiwi League Senior Club Coach booklet is this piece here. So this is your coaching. It's a little bit to do with your coaching philosophy. So with your authoritarian coach, your democratic coach, your easygoing coach, a technical coach, and a managerial type coach. All you need to do here, team, is you can be all of these coaches, but we do want you to identify what you think are the positives of having that coaching style and also the negative aspects. And negative aspects could also mean some of the work-ons that you need to take into consideration too. So you may be a democratic coach, nice person approach and everything else, but flexible approach, respects players' opinions, but it can also lead to, players may take advantage of, your lack of authority or so forth. But that's just something that you need to take into consideration too. So if you feel as though, I'm more this side, but I need to make sure that this doesn't happen. So it's just a reflective piece and an awareness piece. There's no right or wrong answers here. It's just what you think. It's your logic here. Next piece we need to go on to is what you think the benefits are and what the considerations are. So you're an easygoing coach, you're approachable, but what you need to consider is that the players don't take advantage of your kindness. They don't use you up. So benefits, considerations, just an awareness piece. The next part is you go into the performance coaching strengths, the character strengths, and we talked about that in the webinar too. I'll show you in the next piece how to fill this in. So this is important, and this is really a piece that talks about how well you perform as a coach, how people see you performing, and the relationship or the relational character strengths are around how you make people feel, how people feel when they're around you. The next part is obviously the staff roles. So you have game day, before and after game day. You have before and after training days, and then you have during non-training days. What do you do then? What does everybody in those roles here do? I'll talk about that a little bit later too. Part 6 is the game book, and this is an exercise that we did all together, and it's identifying a position on the field. You've got fullbacks, you've got wingers, and the thing that we talked about is what are the character strengths that what are the positional performance strengths that those players need to possess, and we did fill those in as we were on the webinar the other night, and I'm happy to I'll share those in the email as well. So that's basically where we are with that. Those are your assignments over the Christmas break. I'll just jump into the next one now, and I'll show you how, just a quick tutorial on how easy it is to fill this in. Where are we? Go back to here. And we will go back to I'll just bring this one up. Okay, I'll start sharing it now. Okay, so this is how easy it is to fill in. Look, we've done the majority of the work for you guys here. It's nice and simple for you to use. It's not like what the old school coaching books used to look like. We've done a lot of work behind the scenes in creating this ebook. Obviously, your name, date, and your mentor, they haven't been assigned yet, but they will be assigned to you in January. But just put your name and your date in here. And the important part of this book, particularly here, is that you save your work regularly. Many times people have done a lot of work, they filled in 2 passages, and then the computer dies and they lost all their work. So just go at the top here and just save it on the regular. As I talked about in the webinar the other night, when you see these areas here, so when you see yellow areas like this, it indicates where you can enter your text. Be sure to save your work regularly. So, so I just clicked in the box here, in the yellow box, and as I work, I can save my work to my hard drive. All right, and then just press up here, save, bang. Next part is obviously we talked about the Kiwi way ethos. Here's the share a little bit about yourself. Okay, so here is, so again, just click in here. I have 4 children. Boys and girl. And 2 moko puna. And then you know what your profession is, why you coach, a little bit about your philosophy and how long. So it's nice and easy. Just click in here. A coach that I want to talk to is George. And his phone number is 029 blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that you've got that contact detail in your book all the time. Now, this is where we talked about really briefly, because of time. I did think that it was more important that we shared more time and spend more time in the whakawhanaungatanga session than just getting on with the work, because it was important for us to connect. Originally, we were trying to get the breakout rooms to work, but for some reason on Zoom, the breakout rooms didn't work that night, which is why we introduced everyone. But I think it was a bonus that we introduced everyone together rather than in breakout rooms, so that we all know each other now. So this part is around what sort of coaching style you have. So this is what I talked about earlier. You can just pop into the box here. So I'm an authoritarian coach. I'm strong on discipline, good team spirit when winning. But the negatives of that is that I frequently punish, and I have this poor team spirit when we lose. So I've got to take those. There's nothing wrong with having these aspects here, but I've got to take these into consideration as well, so that I can outbalance these with those parts here, the positives, and understand that I can't frequently punish the players because training will become boring and people will stop coming. They'll stop enjoying what they're doing. At the end of the day, people only play league because they enjoy it, and they play sport because they enjoy it. When it becomes unenjoyable, that's when they drop out. An easygoing coach is nice and relaxed. Players develop independence, but because I'm nice and relaxed, I'm poorly prepared. I lack a little bit of direction. So just click in there. Nothing wrong again, team, with identifying the negatives, but now I know that I have the relaxed approach and I need to be a little bit more prepared rather than poorly prepared. So it's just identifying some of the things that we need to take care of. Same here, managerial coach, keen to see tasks done well, but not player orientated. I just want to get the task done well. I'm not worried about what you do as a player, just get it done. So need to make sure I counterbalance that with this. Earlier, I talked about team, these coaching styles. You can be all of these coaching styles. You don't have to be one. But what we do need to do is identify the benefits in here and then the contradictions in here. So things that we need to take into account that we may be doing our team an injustice, our players an injustice. So let's make sure that we curve those injustices a little bit. So take things into consideration. Okay, I need to avoid that a little bit and make it a little bit more enjoyable. So benefits here, contradictions here, awareness piece here. Okay. Like we went through with the performance character. Remember, performance character is around how well you perform as a coach. Same as a player. If we looked at a player, we can see that they're committed into defense. We can see that they have energy, they're energized in attack, and they're always positive. They're gritty, they're resilient. We're the same as a coach. We need to demonstrate the right behaviors, the right character strengths for our players, but we need to identify what they are. So first and foremost, if we're accountable, as an accountable coach, I'll just select that piece here and then I'll drop it into this box here. Again, most of the work's being done for you here, team. If I'm a motivated coach, same business. And so what you want to do is you want to identify your top 8. And if you don't see any of your performance character strengths in here, feel free to add them. I've left boxes in the ebook here for you to be able to add what you feel is appropriate for you. And again, this is for you. It's not for anyone else. It's how you perform, how you believe people see you perform. Okay. And then let's just follow this through anyway. I'm focused. I'm just grabbing things at random here, team. I'm focused. And there. I'm gritty. I have aroha, and aroha means lots of different things, 18. I have mana, perform with mana, and also positive. So drop that in there. So trying to identify the top 8. Again, this is a reflective piece here, team. This is for you to sit back and think about how you perform as a coach. It's an awareness piece. So from there, I'll select the top 6 from this, and it might not be the 6 here. It might be that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. It might be all different. Okay, so drop them into here. So I'll just copy them from here. So my first one is accountable. Okay, and then I'll drop the rest of the 6 in here. Next stage is to drop that 6 down to 4, but you do need to fill in these boxes here so that we can see what you've done. And then I'm just using this as an example. So accountable is still my first performance character strength. And then when I get to here, I've got my top 4. What are my top 4 character strengths, performance character strengths as a coach? And then in here, I will start writing what they look like. So accountable, what does it mean to be accountable? I take responsibility, or let's take it back a little bit further. I always make sure that the session plans are sent out to the staff the day before training. That way, everyone knows their role for training. That's accountable. What else could it be? Accountable will be I'm happy to put my hand up when things / game plan doesn't go too well, as I may have not explained it clearly. That's taking responsibility. That's accountable. If you start running out of space here, team, and you've got a lot of things, all you need to do here is just change the size of your font, so you can go down to 9. We can always open this up. Okay, we can always open this up in oh, the spelling mistake. We can always open this up and read it ourselves. So same thing there. First one there, second one here, third one, and the top 4 there. Same with your relational character strengths. How do you make people feel when you're coaching? How do people feel when they're around you? If we were to ask your players, look, how does Dan make you feel? How do you feel when Dan's around as a coach? Oh, look, he's caring, he's forgiving, he's kind, he's loyal, he's respectful. Same thing happens in here, team. We just click on these and then start dropping them into this box. Obviously, after a little bit of self-reflection and self-review, you can start popping them in there. Then down to 6, then down to 4. And then if we were to come to training, any of us would come to your training, how would we see you display these character strengths? And then just pop it in here. So if I was, what's the first one there that I popped up there? Respectful. Always greet players as they turn up to training. That's respectful. Never talk poorly about other coaching staff or players. What else could we respectful? Take into consideration the family of the player. It's training, so you got to take, if they can't make it to training, you take that into consideration. It might be family issues or whatever. So that's being respectful. Same thing as what the next 4 would be. Okay. Then from out of the character strengths and out of what your benefits and consideration of coaching styles, you may be able to come up with your philosophy. And only reason I've left the whole page there is some people like to write a page, some people like to write one thing, like one paragraph. So I'm just using this for instance. I click inside the yellow box. It's not about me, it's about them. No ego there, always empathetic, always giving, but need to explain what that means. Okay, this means always take the players' skill sets, knowledge, and capability into consideration when I coach. Okay, nice and easy. At least we can understand what that means, and we know that you have a reason for coaching. All right, same as this part here, management styles, nice and quick. So before, during, and after trainings, what's my role as a coach? So before training is arrive early, meet with other coaching staff, and so forth. Have already sent training plan out to staff the day before. Same thing. If if you run out of space, just make the font smaller, and you'll find that, and you can also edit this piece here, and you'll find that you'll be able to fit more stuff in here. Okay, nice and easy. Same with this one here, before, during, and after game day. So what do you do before game day while you're at the game? What do you do during the game and after the game? What are your responsibilities? What is the manager's responsibilities? What do you expect the assistant coach to do on game day? The physio and the trainer and any other person. If you're lucky, you might have a videographer. You might have 2 trainers. So what are their roles? Those, and you have to list those as well. So what do you do on non-training days? Let's just throw some caution to the wind here. Watch. Let's just pretend that you do have a video person. Watch video tape of the game and work out. Okay, but you need to be a little bit more explicit than that. And then as we get down, code of conduct, what does it look like? Most teams have a code of conduct, but you do need to have one for this assignment here. No swearing at train. Oh, this is the, look, I'm just writing things in here for just as examples. No swearing at training. No talking behind each back. Work hard for the team, not yourself. Just basic examples there. And your team code of conduct can be whatever, as long as you want it to be, but we do need to see one. And when we do question you about it, you need to be able to answer what things mean. And then we talked about this in the webinar as well, so you all understand what these look like here. So that's it basically, team. Make sure you register on Sport Tutor and make sure that you complete the first 2 modules at least, which are League Smart and Founding Principles. I'll put that in the email. And then hopefully you'll be able to complete these assignments over Christmas. They look long, but believe me, you'll know this content. All we're wanting to do is just test how accurate, or we do want to test how much you know. That's all it is. There's no right or wrong answers. It's just making sure that we know and we're clear that you understand just these basic fundamentals. Okay, so all the best, team. Have a great Christmas. Look after each other, take care with your families, and spend some time with your family. Obviously, pre-season started for most of us, so you'll be back into the swing of things not too long after Jan. But look after each other and have a great time. Mā te wā.